Hey, my name is Luke Delaney, and who here can tell me which online video game has the most month-by-month players? I'll answer for you. League of Legends. League of Legends has over 67 million players who play every single month. That's incredible, right? So that means probably somebody you know plays this game. Your uncle, your brother, your cousin, your classmates, your friends. Somebody plays this game. I guarantee it. So what League of Legends is an online free-to-play massive online battle arena, which puts champions against champions from sci-fi, from fantasy, from even mythological creatures. They put them together and they fight to the death or to the death of their base. So the League of Legends community is huge. There's even so much that there's an online professional video game league for it. It's called the LCS, League Championship Series. So these players play each other for millions of dollars. They do this competitively and they do it professionally. They're dang good at it. So what I'm mainly going to talk about is the main map that we call Summer's Rift. Summer's Rift is a 5v5 field that pits 5 champions against 5 champions with one objective: destroy each other's nexus. But I'll get to that later. So there are 4 different positions that the players go to. There's top lane, mid lane, bot lane, and jungle. And the top lane player is usually a tanky, slow, and not doesn't do a lot of damage player. This player's main objective is to take as much damage and cause as much distress and disorder to the other players. And then we move on to the mid lane. The mid lane is what we call a glass cannon. Usually means they can put out a ton of damage, but they're really easy to kill. They have a low health and they have low defense ratings. So the mid laner usually puts out what we call ability power, which is magic power. So your mid laner is probably one of your most famous lanes. Everybody loves them. Everybody wants to play mid lane. Some of your biggest professionals are, and the most successful professionals are mid laners. If you have a good mid lane, you will win the game. The third position is called bot lane. The bot lane actually has 2 players: the ADC, or the attack damage carry, and the support. Now the ADC is usually a ranged champion. Usually they have a bow or a gun or a rocket launcher, something like that. They cause damage from a distance. So whenever you get really close to an ADC, you can do a lot of damage, but they can't get away and they can't harm you as much. But the ADC wouldn't succeed without the support. Support is usually a tankier person. Usually they can take a lot of damage, and they can cause as much chaos to the enemy team as they want. Anywhere from hooks to grabs to knockups. All these things can disrupt the enemy player. But you can also have support players who actually heal and help and provide support for the ADC. And the support also looks out for other players coming into the lane to disturb and destroy you and the ADC. So support plays a really big role in the Champion Series, which is what I play. I actually play support main. And then the last and not the least, the jungle. Now, the jungle is the most unique position on the field. They don't come in lanes. They don't last hit the champions. What their job is to stay in the jungle, which is the area that you cannot see if you're not in the lane. So when you're in the jungle, your main job is to take out the NPCs or the non-player character mobs. These champions or these minions, they don't respond in ways like a champion does or another player does. But they also give you buffs. They make you stronger, faster, do fire damage to make your abilities come down on a shorter cooldown, and whatnot. So that's one of their jobs. Their other main job is to tilt the other player. Now the other player may have pushed up into your teammate's lane and pushed them against each other. So this leaves a giant gap behind the enemy player, which allows the jungle to come in and what we call gank, or in other words, as the military would call it, as a flank. Comes behind them, disrupts them, and you and the mid and the laner will come in and attack and take down that player. Now, the main objective of Summoner's Rift is to take down the Nexus. Now, the Nexus is your base. Your base is protected by three things. The turrets, which run off of a proximity line. So if you get too close to the turret, they will cause damage, and they will do a lot of damage to you. The second thing are the minions. And the minions are what give you gold, and you have to last hit them. You have to do the last bit of damage and kill them to get gold and points to level up your abilities and to buy new items to kill the enemies faster and make you stronger. But and then the third thing is the champions. The champions will do everything they can to stop you from destroying the Nexus, because once you destroy it, you win. Game's over. Victory. So this game causes for a lot of communication, a lot of strategic planning. You have to understand how the game works to be good at it, and you have to work with your team. So this game is not just something that kids can play. It's a game that people from all around the world and all of ages can play. It's a masterpiece. It will go down in history as one of the most successful and biggest games ever made.